Hopefully your relationship with your employee will be a friendly and positive experience for the both of you. However, you must remember that ultimately he or she is your employee and is there to provide for your needs. If they are not performing all of their duties to your satisfaction, you need to be able to address the problem and/or contact your provider agency. In this session, you will learn how to train, manage, and evaluate your employee. To help you deal with problems, you will also learn how to discipline and, if necessary, terminate your employee. With the right skills, you can be a successful and effective employer. Even if your employee has previous experience, everyone is different. Your employee must be trained to understand your needs and wants and the specifics of your service plan. Taking the time to orient and train your employee is a vital step that should not be skipped. Orientation and training should include a number of things. Discuss your disability. Talk about specific aspects of your disability that your employee needs to know in order to perform the job efficiently. Use your service plan and job description that you wrote during the hiring process to explain the duties and responsibilities in detail. Training instructions should be step-by-step and specific. These instructions should include important safety and security information, procedures for lifts and transfers, safety guidelines for appliances and adaptive equipment, your emergency plan and contacts, procedures for entering and leaving your home, and universal precautions to prevent illness. It is also important to give a tour of your home showing where supplies and equipment are kept. Review your expectations regarding job duties, your service plan, and confidentiality. Talk about the importance of being on time, how time off needs to be asked for, mutual respect, and the use of household items. Finally, review the hourly pay, work schedule, and time recording procedures. If this sounds like a lot to remember, it is. Don't worry, many of these topics will be discussed in greater detail in later training sessions. To maintain this relationship, communication skills are essential to managing and retaining your employee as they settle into the job. Be clear about your expectations and be respectful when giving directions or feedback. Treat your employee as you would like to be treated. Offer frequent praise when your employee is doing their job well. On the flip side, be prepared to offer constructive criticism as needed. Remember, don't criticize the person, criticize the action. Addressing problems is essential to maintaining a positive work relationship, so try to be specific about how you want things done.
Later, Betty, I will see you tomorrow.
Just a minute, Maria. Have you put the towels in the closet?
Yes, I fold them just like you asked.
How about the dishes? Are they done?
Oh yeah, just put any used tonight in the sink and I will clean them tomorrow morning. Goodbye.
Wait a minute, Maria. I need to talk to you.
One valuable tool for offering praise and addressing problems is the periodic review or evaluation. A periodic review doesn't replace daily feedback, but it does give you a chance to formally talk with your employee about their strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. The review can be in the form of a letter to your employee discussing their work, or you can fill out a formal evaluation form. Whatever method you choose, be sure to comment on the following in regards to your employee's performance: job knowledge, job skills, time management, ethics and integrity, communication, initiative, commitment, flexibility, ability to learn. For each area, be prepared to provide verbal or written comments using concrete examples. Examples help your employee understand what they are doing well or need to improve in each area. You might also consider adding a rating scale. Plan on evaluating your employee at least once a year. Have your employees sign a copy of the evaluation form and keep a copy for your records. When you discuss the review with your employee, there are a number of things to keep in mind. First, make sure the review is done in private. If other people are around, your employee may not feel comfortable about open communication. Try to keep a positive tone in the review. Start and end it with positive comments. Also, build on your employees' strengths rather than focusing on their weaknesses. Give examples of both, what your employee is doing well and what needs to change. Let's take a look at how Betty addresses the problem of dirty dishes with Maria.
So, I thought we'd just take a couple of minutes and discuss your performance. You've been with me for 6 months now, and it seems like a good time to have a formal review. Maria, would you read through this for a couple of minutes, and then we'll discuss it?
Okay.
Well, first of all, you do a great job with the laundry, especially the sheets. It seems that I always have clean sheets and a towel when I need them.
Thank you. I used to work at a hotel.
Yes, I saw that in your application, and your performance really reflects that experience.
Thank you.
And the other thing is that I feel so comfortable in my bathing routine. I am confident that you have the ability to transfer me safely. Now, a couple of other things I'd like to mention. When you put my shoes on for me, I've asked you repeatedly not to tie my shoes so tight. With my condition, my feet swell. And later during the day, I'm in pain because you haven't listened to me.
Oh?
Maria, I've talked to you about this a couple of times. Maybe you just didn't understand how important this is to me. This will be in the evaluation as well. I need you to tie my laces more loosely.
I understand.
Also, I have talked to you multiple times about taking care of the dishes. The other day, you said they were done and they weren't.
I'm sorry, Betty. It wouldn't happen again.
Throughout the review, give your employee an opportunity to share their ideas or concerns. Even if you don't agree with your employee, you should hear them out. While periodic reviews are useful, they should not be the only means of correcting a problem. If a problem arises, you should address it as soon as possible rather than waiting for the evaluation. The longer you wait, the worse the problem can get. There are some problems you should always address immediately. Some of these are attendance, poor performance, misconduct, and on-the-job behavior problems. To address problems, set up a meeting with your employee. This will give you both time to reflect and plan how you will discuss the matter. When you meet, discuss your concerns and offer specific corrective steps your employee can take to solve the problem. Again, listen to your employee's concerns even if you don't agree with them. After the meeting, if possible, be sure to document what was said, what was decided, and how your employee reacted. Be sure all materials are dated for your records. If you wish to terminate the employee at a later date, you will find that documentation is critical. Your documentation may be necessary for the Department of Labor to determine whether the employee is eligible for unemployment benefits. If a problem is not resolved in discussion or in a periodic review, there are further disciplinary actions you can take. First, provide a written warning to the employee. Be sure to retain a copy for your records. Then, contact your agency to discuss alternative strategies. Your agency representative may even help mediate the problem with you and your employee. If the problem persists, then let your employee know that termination is the next step. At each step of the disciplinary process, be sure to specify what behavior was unacceptable. Discuss what changes need to be made, and give suggestions for improving performance. The decision to terminate an employee can be a challenging one and should be thought through completely. Remember, though, you are ultimately doing what is best for you. Let's take a look at some things you should do, and then we'll watch to see how one employer went about terminating an employee. When making the decision to terminate, try to take some time to think the decision through. Don't act immediately when you are angry. Termination should be a last resort. If you come to the conclusion that termination is the right thing to do, here are some tips to help you get through the process successfully. Tell the employee that you are sorry it's just not working out and you are going to terminate their employment. If they are to leave on a certain day, tell them the date. Review the facts that led to your decision and explain that your decision is final. Never argue with your employee. If you feel your safety is a concern, invite an agency representative to be in the room when you tell your employee they are terminated. This is also a good idea if you feel unsafe having discipline discussions prior to termination. While termination is normally a last resort, there are a few instances in which termination should be immediate, such as if an employee has stolen something from you, been abusive, or committed any other violation. Betty's employee Maria has not improved on her performance despite repeated discussion, warnings, and unfavorable reviews. Let's see how Betty goes about telling Maria that she is being terminated.
You wanted to see me, Betty?
Yes, Maria, thank you. This is Brenda Smith. She's my representative at the agency. I wanted her to be present while we discuss this. Have a seat. Maria, we continue to have differences that apparently can't be resolved. Among other things, we have talked several times about cleaning the dishes, and they continue to sit in the kitchen sink unwashed for a couple of days at a time. And that's not the only problem. We have talked about problems running errands and putting the groceries away. I'm sorry, Maria, but I have decided to end my employment with you.
What? But I've been doing better.
Maria, last Saturday, I had no clean plates. I had to call a neighbor here to wash them so that I could eat. Clearly, the problem is not getting better.
I swear, I washed everything in the sink.
I am not going to argue with you, Maria. My decision is final. If you want to finish out the week, tomorrow is your last day.
Don't need the money that bad.
Well, that choice is yours, Maria. You may leave now if you like.
Betty handled the situation well. For a moment, it looked like Maria was going to become confrontational, so it was smart for Betty to have Brenda sit in. Also, Betty maintained her composure and acted in a professional manner. Let's go over a few more things involved with terminating an employee. Your employee may be a nice person who is just not meeting your needs. Offer to provide references or other information that may be helpful in their job search. Make sure your employee returns all of your personal items, especially house keys. Contact your agency and call your backup employee to help you out until you can hire a new employee. Finally, keep the conversation confidential. Do not talk about it with friends or other employees. This concludes being a successful employer. Remember, your employee works for you. It is your right to expect the best performance from your employee at all times. Don't be afraid to communicate your needs and wants verbally or in writing, and to back up your requests with disciplinary action. Thank you for watching.